Okay, notes for today. We are on to review topics, means this is stuff that we have done this year, but we might need a little go back and check it over and a reminder of what to do. So today is solving two-step equations, and this is not just a reminder from this year. These are topics you have covered other years as well. But two-step equation, remember our goal here is to solve for the variable. So in this case m, we want to get m by itself, so we want to know what is that equal to. And this is what we were working on when we were using algebra tiles, but I'll give you a little reminder that you're basically just undoing the equation. So we undo addition or subtraction first. Then our second step, right, that's why it's called a two-step equation, is to undo the multiplication or division as the second step. So one thing I like to do is draw a little dotted line right here, because that shows we have two sides of this equation that have to stay balanced. Right now they're equal, and everything we do to this has to keep it equal. So to undo the addition first, we want that plus 12 to go away. So I'm going to do the opposite. That's how we undo, and put subtract 12 there. And if I subtract 12 on the left, I have to do the same thing on both sides, so subtract 12 on the right. This turns into 0, right? 0 pair, so that's gone. So now on the left side I have 8m, still equal because I'm subtracting 12 on the right side as well. And so now I end up with 88. 100 subtract 12. Okay, equation is still balanced. Now my second step is to undo that multiplication or division. In this case, it's multiplication. I undo it by doing the opposite, which is divide. So I'm dividing both sides by the number that I want to go away. And since I want the m to stay there, the number that I want to go away is the 8. So if I divide 8 divided by 8, that's 1. And 1 times m is m, so the 8 is gone. And on this side, 88 divided by 8 is 11. And look at that, there's my answer. Okay, so solving this equation, the m was equal to 11. And if I wanted to check my answer, I could take that 11 and plug it back in up here. I'm not going to go through that step today, but that's how you check your work. Okay, second problem here. Now this one looks different. We didn't see many of these because for some unknown reason our book doesn't give you enough of these to practice. But this says n divided by 8, right? That's what that means. I'm going to add my dotted line again. This is balanced. Whatever the left side is equal to, or whatever it is, whatever n is, that is equal to 1 when you solve it, because that's what's on the right side. So we go back to this first step, undo the addition or subtraction. In this case, it's subtraction, so the opposite is to add, to turn that into 0. And we have to do the same thing on both sides. So that becomes a 0 pair. It's gone. That was our goal. And this is n divided by 8 is left on this side, and 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. So now we have our second step, which is to undo the multiplication or division, and in this case it's division. So how do we undo division? Well, we do the opposite of divide, which is multiply. So times 8, because again the 8 is the number that we want to go away. It's weird, it just happens to be the same number. We're going to multiply by 8, and if I write that as a fraction-y thing, that cross cancels away, right? Those cancel to 1, and 1 times n is just n. Now I have to multiply both sides by 8, so on the left it canceled out, on the right 3 times 8 is 24, and that's my answer. Okay, so undoing to solve, right? 2 steps. I strongly recommend you write these down when you're solving. And again, this second problem is the one we haven't seen too many of. When you have that fraction, that's a division problem, and you take that apart or get rid of that denominator by multiplying. And remember, always the same thing on both sides. And that should help you out with today's work. That's it.